it. So it's just not just a garden, right? It's not just nourishment. It speaks for so much more.
Chef Brandon Trukowski. The search is set to continue for several foreign tourists who are trapped inside one of Iceland's glacial caves after it collapsed over the weekend, killing at least one person. Authorities say getting rescue equipment and personnel up to the glacier remains difficult due to the rugged terrain. Walmart's recalled 100,000 cases of Great Value brand apple juice sold in stores across the United States. This is ABC News.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Break up with stinky clothes.
Rinse it out.
Every now and then I get a little bit tired of the stinks that just will never come out.
Oh, Downy in the real strange.
Every now and then I rinse it out. One wash and it delivers. One wash, it smells so clean. Downy Rinse and Refresh, it's a dream.
Downy Rinse and Refresh removes 100% of odor in just one wash. Guaranteed.
Hi, welcome to Staples.
Hi, my son's teacher emailed his back-to-school list. He needs crayons and a notebook for every subject.
Okay, no problem. With Staples Hot Deals, you'll find super low prices on hundreds of items for back to school.
Oh, now they're saying he needs folders and glue.
You got it.
And markers?
Of course.
Oh, geez.
Might I suggest 2 carts?
Save big on back to school with Staples Hot Deals. Right now, 24-pack Crayola crayons and 2-pocket poly folders are only 50 cents each at Staples. Ends 8/31, in-store only, limit 10 while supplies last.
104.7 FM, WVRC, Spencer.
Your ABC News weather forecast being brought to you this hour by Board Depew Realty.
You work hard for your money, and lately the cost of everything has soared, making some of those dreams and goals even harder to reach. And at Board Depew Realty, we realize that. We understand that buying a house can be financially stressful, especially with all the hurdles lenders require. That's where we come in. With our small staff of 4, we offer you over 100 years of combined experience. We work as a group to get you closed and in your home quickly. We'll find creative ways when others may have given up to make your dream a reality. But most importantly, we remain your friend after the sale is complete. We'll continue to help you long after the deal is closed. And that is what we take pride in. It's more than just a job to us at Board Depew Realty. It's a job that we love, and we love the people who allow us into their lives. Buying or selling a home can be stressful, but not if you let Board Depew guide you. You work hard for your money, and how you spend it matters.
Hello.
Board Depew Realty, serving you since 1958. 304-927-3250.
104.7 Mountain Country Weather.
Taking a look at your Mountain Country AccuWeather forecast for today, abundant sunshine, hot with a high near 95 degrees. Tonight, mostly clear, low dipping down into the mid-60s. Tuesday, sunny skies with a high all the way up near 100 degrees. Wednesday, clouds in the morning, mainly sunny in the afternoon with a high of 100 degrees. Thursday, partly cloudy with afternoon thunderstorms, a high of 98. Friday, mostly sunny with stray thunderstorms possible, a high of 99. Currently on the hill, it is 94 degrees. To look at your weather forecast brought to you by Board Depew Realty.
Today's best country and all-time favorites. Mountain Country 104.7.
And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're having a cool day inside because it's only the beginning. As you just heard on the weather forecast, it is going to be brutal again this week in Roane County. And the reason you hear my voice, once again, it is Monday. It is 1 o'clock. This has become kind of like second nature to us. I'm very happy to be joined once again in studio by our FEMA representative and our SBA representative, Trey, Paul, and Jim Accurso. You guys have become fixtures in the studio. I'm going to have to put a plaque up for both of you with your pictures to make sure that you guys know that you're a part of our family now when it comes to these interviews. Well, guys, we have been at this this now for almost 2 months, it seems. You guys have been working tirelessly to try to get the word out about the mobile unit that is working with FEMA and SBA and trying to get the word out to the public in Roane County, in Wood County. You guys have gotten some updated information. You've got an updated information for Boone County. It became one of those coverage areas. And I heard you guys talking before we came on the air, and I think that you've got some other news for me now.
Nothing's confirmed yet, but I just want to say again, we couldn't have done this without you, Drew. I mean, and the station, because you have been a huge help in helping us get the word out, especially here in Spencer and Roane County. This has been just awesome, being able to come in and spend this time. And as a result, we've seen people come in, and so more and more people are coming in. We're now at more than 100 people, survivors, who have registered with us, and because those numbers are so high, there's a possibility of an extension, but that's not been confirmed yet. But we did do Boone County, and so if anybody listeners right now are in Boone and they have friends and family there, just know they too now can register for assistance with FEMA. But again, the easy way to do it is come in and get that face-to-face assistance, is to stop in by the old Armory building there and come in and talk to us.
Yeah, that mobile unit was set up quite a long time ago now, it seems. And I know I heard a lot of people grumbling, what is that? What is it? And I didn't even know what it was. Honestly, I just heard that it was coming. There was a press release sent to us, but it's been really nice being able to talk with the two of you to get the from the horse's mouth, if you want to hear it that way. You guys are exactly what we needed to know about this mobile unit, what it covers, who needs to come and take a gander at it and talk to people. And again, you guys are working on the storm that hit, the floods that hit on the 11th and 12th of April. That is a specific thing that you guys are here for. It's amazing that it's lasted this long for just those 2 days, but that tells you, I think, the scope of what you guys deal with on a day-to-day basis, week to week, month to month, all over the country.
Yeah, well, and that's just right, Drew. And typically, so it's 2 months from the incident date where folks can come in and apply. So that deadline date of September 3rd is right around the corner. And that's why we want folks to get in there and talk to SBA reps and talk to FEMA reps, see if we can help. We wouldn't want people to suffer in silence. We know you may have, maybe fixed up your house and maybe you're kind of making do, but you're going to have those bills to pay. And an SBA loan can help with that, because you've got the low interest rate, 4% and less. We help homeowners and renters just like FEMA does. So there's a lot to the programs from both of us that people don't know about. So come on in, meet with us. Tell your friends, your neighbors, anybody you know that had any damage. I know I've talked to people a couple of times. I had a tree on my car, or took water, and we didn't know. Well, come on in. We're here to help.
Yeah. It's one-stop shop. You can come there right there and talk to somebody there from SBA. You can talk to somebody from FEMA. You can ask questions about both. And, we're still hearing a lot of folks have roofing problems, roofing damage from the storm, and flooding problems. That's the number one issue we're hearing the most complaints about. And, you have until look at the calendar, next Tuesday at 6 p.m. It'll be here before you know it.
Yeah, you got 8 days, folks. If you're out there and about and you have not made the decision to come down for whatever reason to talk to the people there, they're not intimidating human beings. If Trey and Jim are any representation, they're a good time. They're there to help. That's all they're there for, is to answer questions. You may or may not qualify, but you'll never know if you qualify if you don't show up down there. Got to ask you guys, how you guys been dealing with the heat out there?
I was going to just tell you, we'll offer you water, too, if you stop by this week or next, because we have it there. That's the interesting thing about that mobile unit is the folks there, they go to their cars. They alternate sitting out under the, in the tent and go to their cars every couple of minutes to cool off. So, but happy to be there, happy to help folks, and, we're making do. And I know the people of West Virginia, this is nothing new to them either. So, but stop on by, rain or shine, too. We're out there. We have tents, we have some fans out there. I've stopped by there today. Everything's cool for right now.
I noticed that there was a little unit behind where everybody sits out in front. Is that air conditioned?
That's been moved, so that's not there today. We're hoping to get it back this week. So,
for those of you watching on Facebook, we were having our own little minor catastrophe here. It looked like strobe lights were going off. Let's hope that I don't have an issue that is going to require you guys here.
Hope the air is still on.
Pretty golly, please let that happen. It is very, very brutally hot. Let me ask you about that. We've talked about flooding, obviously, and that's the big thing around here. There are many different natural disasters. we're in the midst right now of a terrible, terrible drought, and obviously this drought has been declared an emergency by our governor. What is the situation with things like that? Is that something that possibly FEMA SBA gets a hold of? Is that anything that you guys deal with?
Well, I know SBA does deal with drought declarations again, and that comes from the governor. The governor requests it, and then when the assessment is done and it meets the criteria, we can come in on what we call an SBA administrative declaration and offer our loans. I also know that the USDA does help out more with the agricultural side of that. But to answer your question, yes, we do. And we even had one last winter in my home state of Minnesota and Wisconsin, a snow drought.
Never heard of snow drought.
Because the resorts took it on the chin. 2 years ago, they had 90 inches of snow in the Twin Cities, and last year they had next to nothing. So Minnesota had next to nothing snow-wise, and those resorts took it on the chin, and they were eligible for a drought declaration, but it was a snow drought declaration.
That is it. That's an interesting.
That's a great question.
Depending on the location in the United States here, for us it's always feast or famine. It's either raining all the time or it doesn't rain for 3 months, and we're in the midst of the not raining situation right here.
The trees are turning. You can see they're really stressed.
It's early for them to turn. I have not gotten my mower out for a month and a half. Mm-hmm. There's no reason to. There's no grass growing. But that's interesting. So it all depends on the declaration from the states, and then the process begins to where you guys end up being called in for that.
Yeah, they make the request, and then we'll follow through. We've got teams that follow through on that.
We're guests of the state, and the state's doing an awesome job. We work closely with the state and follow their guidance. They tell us where we're needed, when we're needed, how long, where to show up, and they kind of tell us where to go, where to set up these disaster recovery centers like the one we have here in Roane. And they did a good job telling us, hey, you're needed in Roane, because as you can see, dozens and dozens of people need assistance.
Well, in Boone County now. So Boone County just got declared. Boone was declared in the first storm, not to mix things up too much here, but the first storm that hit between the 4th and the 5th, then the 11th and the 12th it wasn't, but it's now met the criteria. So now, and we've got FEMA's got a disaster recovery center right down there at the Madison City Hall in Boone County. So yeah, folks down there can, I don't know if the signal reaches down that far or not.
Well, our signal doesn't, but we've got people who are transplants from Boone County up in this area, know them well, and there's a big connection between this small town and that small area as well. So even though we're not reaching that on the radio waves, we do have people down there who listen on our online streams and stuff like that. So that's very important to have.
And I'll be talking to the Boone County Commission myself tomorrow. I'm going to the Madison to see the City Hall meeting there on the 10th. I'll present to them. So we're getting the word out. But again, we really appreciate that word of mouth. That's what really carries the day too. So
absolutely.
So appreciate that.
We're talking with Trey Paul and Jim Accurso, FEMA and SBA representatives, and they've been here in this, not just in Roane County. You guys have been in the West Virginia areas that this storm is covering, but you guys have become fixtures around here. Have you guys seen that in your time around here? The more people see you, the more people recognize you. Have people gotten more comfortable around you?
I hope so. I think so. You should always be comfortable around me. I mean, I'm a friendly guy, but yeah, I would say so.
Well, I made it to the food truck last Monday.
Yeah, I saw Jim down there with the Bayou Classics. They're back today, by the way.
Okay. What was the egg thing you got?
It's called an armadillo egg. And let me just get off topic here for a second. It is it's a cream cheese stuffed jalapeno wrapped in sausage and then wrapped in bacon, and you can deep fry it, but Bayou Classics smokes it.
Oh, nice.
And it's got barbecue sauce on the outside of it. I would highly recommend that. If he has a bunch today, because he's there today, Bowman Street parking lot.
When I was there last week and they ran out, but I just ended up with the red beans and rice, which were killer.
Yeah, I loaded up, so I got like 15 things and put them in the fridge, and it lasted me last week.
That was low carb, right? At least it's low carb.
It's low carb or not, I'm not sure. So Trey Paul, Jim Accurso, again, you guys have been here, and there is grumblings that maybe this is going to be extended. Now, does that have anything to do with the deadline of September 3rd?
It would be the extension of that.
That would be the extension of the deadline.
Yeah,
possibly.
Yeah. So then folks need to know that again, for businesses, we've got loans that up to $2 million, economic injury loans up to $2 million, the physical damage are the first, physical damage and economic injury loans, and then we can help homeowners up to $500,000 for personal property, and then $100,000 for $500,000 for personal property, and then $100,000 for contents and renters. So no fee, no obligation. Come on down and talk to us. We make it so that you can get through this a little bit easier.
Yeah, and the way that FEMA and SBA work together seems to be so smooth, and that's not always the case with government operations.
Sure. Yeah, we're best friends. But yeah, the maximum amount that FEMA will pay is $42,500, and that's for things that you had to replace, possibly repair. But again, we know that people are working with their insurance companies, but we also help folks who are underinsured or have no insurance. So if you had any type of damage related to the storm from April 11th and 12th, maybe the exterior, interior, a lot of people have had to replace parts of the property outside, bridges, roads, ramps. We can help with that stuff. If you have a receipt that, shows that you had to buy some materials to repair a bridge or replace something on your exterior, interior, and it shows the date and shows what it was, present that to us. We'll work with you on that.
Yeah. Most people around here keep their receipts, so
yes, that's good.
It would be good for them to do that. So September 3rd, as of right now, is the deadline for this. So you guys got 8 days to get down there. And again, the mobile unit is set up Monday through Saturday. So you got 6 days in the week. If you happen to work away, you can't get in Monday through Friday. Saturday is still available, so you guys can go down there and chat with the people from the FEMA group and SBA. And so there's no guarantees of this. If there is an extension, when do you think you might know about it?
Yeah, we'll let
or
you
you
know
just
as
throw
soon
a
as
shot in the
possible.
dark?
Yeah, we're open from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. now until September 3rd, and we'll be back here next week. So hopefully we'll know something by then. If we don't, of course, we'll let you know. But in the event you can't stop by one of those days, you can also give us a call at our 1-800 number. You can download the app or go to disasterassistance.gov. But the easiest thing to do would maybe be stop by and talk to somebody there in person during those times on your lunch break or after work or on Saturday. But we'll get you in and out too. It's a quick process.
Yeah, you guys aren't there to try to keep them forever. So
no, but we'll talk as long as you want.
And we got the holiday coming up this weekend, so that's going to affect some of our hours too. And we'll get something out on that shortly. What days we are going to be open or closed because of the holiday.
Yeah, Labor Day weekend coming up, and that'll be a crazy, crazy fun time. Also, it's college football week 1 starting. A lot of things happening this weekend. But, guys, we do appreciate you continuing to give us your time and give the community of Roane County your time, because it's very important that people who were affected by this storm on the 11th and 12th and the flooding, you guys, if you haven't made it down, please, 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 we just beg of you to go ask questions. You may or may not qualify, but you'll never know if you don't stop down at the mobile unit. Again, Monday through Friday this week until 6 p.m., 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday. We'll check and make sure. And we're going to have these two back in studio next Monday, and they'll have, hopefully, information on if they're going to extend the September 3rd deadline or not. Trey Paul, Jim Accurso, again, thank you guys so much.
Appreciate you, Drew.
Yeah,
Thanks,
Drew.
Thank you much.
Good stuff, folks. Back to the music we are going to go. Here's a little bit of Morgan Wallen for you.